Hey, everybody.
Hoo-doo-hoo.
Welcome to the StabCast. I'm Dizzle.
And I'm Mizzle.
And we're here for another week. The weekend of Easter. We're here on the Easter Sunday, a StabCast Sunday. And we're here for the weekend of 420, if that's what you're into. If you're into the anniversary when Hitler died, if that's your
deal. I thought it was Hitler's birthday.
I don't remember. But one of those things. If whatever you're celebrating this weekend, we're here to celebrate with you, and we're here to talk Jeepers Creepers 2. We talked Jeepers Creepers last week. It was a great time. The first one with Justin Long is a phenomenal flick that I think everybody should watch.
And Gina Phillips.
And then the second one here is what we're here to talk about, which I think is equally fucking awesome, and I think is a better movie. And I've always enjoyed this flick a lot because I like the slasher element for Jeepers Creepers a lot better than the mystery, like them trying to figure shit out of the first one. I like that you had all these kids on a bus trapped and this thing's fucking with them. That shit was dope.
Yeah, but I would say for me and you, there's a reason why we like this one more.
Yeah.
And that's probably most likely the fact that it's slasher.
It's slasher.
It's a lot more slasher than any of the series.
Yeah.
Of the movies in the series.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of why we fell in love with it. Because, like, Daniel and I, we rented that movie from the video place that we told you guys that we used to run movies from every Friday night. This one we rented at least a good 6 times.
Yeah.
If not more.
And this one technically made more money. It didn't, because the budget was higher, because it was a $17 million budget as opposed to like $10 million.
Yeah, but you're going from 4 actors and a couple of extras to
like an ensemble.
Bus full of kids.
Yeah, like an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And $17 million was spent, but they made $63 million, which is compared to the $59 of the first one. This is kind of like a big franchise here. This is like a blockbuster thing. That's why it's crazy there wasn't much investment put into the third one, because this was something that had its legs money wise. Mm-hmm. And I mean, none of them really did well critically, but I thought this movie, it was a good slasher of putting these in. Victor Salva coming back to direct this. Same director, but it felt like it had a different tone, different mood, different style. This one felt fresh, and that's what I like about it.
I believe there was a different production company.
It was
behind it. I believe. You just got to look up production.
I don't fucking know. But it was a phenomenal.
If it's not, let us know.
Different production.
But, yeah, the company, the studio. Different producer. Or
it's
a
MGM
different writer.
Times. Definitely. Yeah, it's different production company.
Okay. That you can tell. You can definitely tell. Just because of how different the movie's tones actually are to one another.
Yeah.
You can definitely 100% tell that it is 2 different production companies.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I said that. Because the movies are kind of like night and day.
Yeah, this company, Myriad comes in.
Miramax or Myriad?
Myriad.
Okay.
So there you fucking go. And I think, the cast, Ray Wise, that's Jack. He's the blonde dickhead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because you got the blonde dickhead, you got a couple of guys.
We got some stereotypes coming on, guys. We're talking about football players, but it's okay because he was one, so he gets shit on it.
Yeah. The African American dude, I think, gets a little too much slack, and he's a fun guy. And
he's a fun motherfucker. I liked him. He was a good time.
He was a good time. You got Scotty.
I'm over here counting that I did, just laughing.
Yeah. And you got all sorts of shit. Oh no, Taggart wasn't the blonde guy. That was that was the dad.
Oh,
yeah, that was
really?
the dad. Scott Braddock was the douchebag football player. Scott, and then DeAndre Davis, we talked about him. We
talked about 3 so far.
It was a nice ensemble cast.
And then wasn't there a couple cheerleaders too?
There was a couple of women. You had Minxie, you had Rhonda.
Minxie! I loved her. She was so cute. And then she died. That's probably going to be my eulogy. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to die. Daniel's going to get up there and go, she was really pretty. And then she died.
I liked Bucky. There was a few people I thought were really good in this. There's a couple of standout scenes that I really love in this movie.
Go ahead.
One, I mean, it's a little further down because I like, because as a slasher and as an ensemble with so many fucking people, they do try to build up people. Like even Scott, I like, because Scott's supposed to be like the lead of the movie. It seems like he's the guy.
He's supposed to be the gel that keeps everything together. He's
kind of a dickhead though. He's not really a good hero for the movie, and they're kind of leaning towards that a little bit. And then you get to the part where I'm about to talk about, where Scott gets fucked up completely. And it's not at the end, it's in the middle of the movie, and it's when they're all storming off of that school bus. And that's my favorite scene, when he's flying up, when he finally infiltrates the school bus and they're kind of out. And
when he flies towards the exit or whatever.
Yeah, and they're running through the woods.
When he flies to them, when they're running
through
the woods.
Yeah.
Okay.
And and you get this scene where they're all running, they're all sprinting, and he's flying above them, and he's like picking them up and fucking them up.
That was intense.
And I think Scott gets killed in that. So it's an incredible scene that I think is one of the best scenes in horror movies.
And once again, was it at night?
It was close to nighttime.
Could you see everything?
Yes.
Bingo! Bingo!
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Bingo, there you go.
Yeah, bingo.
Bingo was his name on. Come on.
You could see everything. You definitely could.
Like, this movie is pitch black nighttime at some points, and you can still see people.
You can see everything.
So it's just, it annoys me. Sorry, guys, it annoys me.
But the whole part of the bus driver was amazing. The woman was the cheerleader coach or whatever. She was phenomenal. And I like when they found the blade in the tire with the tooth in it. And that was like a creepy part. They built up to it well, and they also had enough shit going down to that made this thing memorable. This is a fun slasher to get your buddies. Like, and I've done that a few times, hang out with buddies, have a couple drinks, and watch this.
Now, this is an edge of your seat kind of movie.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies where you're like on the edge of your seat, wondering what's going to happen, and you're actually invested in the characters.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And you're actually fully invested in the story and everything.
Yeah.
So, and you're interested to see what's going to happen with these characters.
Yeah.
And what they're going to do and how they're going to get out of this.
And it's not the most likable characters. It's very 2000s kind of annoying teenager asshole characters.
It's 2000 popular characters, basically. Like, it's your basic 2000 popular jock and cheerleaders.
And you had your nerdy guys.
Honestly, though, probably the best movie to watch as like an outcast, because you get to see all these pretty people die.
Yeah, well, the nerdy guys get fucked up too. I mean, who makes it?
Oh yeah, I forgot, because
who makes it to the end?
I forgot who makes it to the end, but I forgot that one nerd gets it.
Yeah, the nerd gets fucked up.
I feel really bad for the nerd. Rest in peace, nerd.
Rest in peace. It ends up being a good time.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this movie for the fact that it's an ensemble. And yes, all the characters suck. And they are kind of annoying. But I do think them getting off isn't that much fun. And they do build towards those characters, and it makes it work. And my funniest scene in the movie is when the Jeepers Creepers wing is fucking in the bus. He lands in the bus and it's falling through. And the one asshole kid with the asshole group is like, they said something, or what's that? Like a fucking, they said something. He's like, oh, it's more like a fucking toilet paper. It's a piece of toilet paper. And then it wraps his head up and rips his shit off. And it's so fucking gruesome and bad. And I think it might be my favorite kill. Because I love the way he gets ripped off, and he deserved that. He was talking shit, and the Jeepers Creepers fucked him up. the creeper or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
It's a funny scene. It's a 2000s movie that really works with the comedy. The first one was a lot less funny. This one played more for laughs because it knew how stupid it was. This one didn't take itself as seriously, and that doesn't make it kind of brings it down a little bit, but it also brings it up a little bit because it's aware of what it is. It's a cheesy sequel.
Yeah.
And I think it does. It rises up to the occasion.
Exactly.
Times. And there's people with Scott dying kind of early. It kind of leads like fucking other people to be the hero, which I think makes it a pretty good flick.
Yeah, especially for relying on the kids and whatnot. Because I mean, some of them weren't kids; they were actually like adults. If you look at their real ages. But some of them were actually kids, so that was pretty impressive that they could all hold that together.
And I thought Jack Taggart was a badass old man trying to protect his land and shit.
Yeah.
That shit was, and Justin Long's cameos really worked too.
It does. I don't know about the whole supernatural thing for me. I mean, they tried doing that with his truck in the third one, and I have a really big thing with it. I just stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to be a thriller suspense movie, cool. If you're going to be a paranormal horror movie, cool. Maybe a slasher, cool.
Yeah.
You don't need to be all of those combined. Like, it's exactly what I've told you guys before. Too many hands in the pot.
Yeah, exactly.
You got too many people on the kettle. One of them needs to step off. But honestly, it wasn't like his cameos weren't terrible because they didn't last that long. They were only like a few seconds each, so they didn't last too long. They weren't like visions or anything like that. So, but I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a really good movie. My favorite part is when they have the emergency door open on the top.
Yeah.
And they, one by one, like, these kids are stuck on stupid because one by one, they all keep walking towards the freaking door. And it's like, why would you do that? He is on the bus.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? He's on the bus. He's already grabbed so-and-so. He's grabbed this person. What makes you think that you're so special that he ain't gonna grab you?
Yeah, he's gonna grab you.
And, like, they just keep, like, my girl Minxie, she does that. She just walks past and is like, dum-da-dum-dum. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, if he's on top of the bus going after the stupid people that are stupid enough to walk past it, the smart ones get off.
Yeah. What are you doing?
And run. Like, give yourself some time. Like, the people that are stuck on stupid, there's nothing you can do. You can't lead a horse to water. You can't.
Stuck on stupid's really good.
I mean, they really were. They were stuck on stupid for me. There were some of them that actually had a brain, and then there was other ones that were stuck on stupid.
Yeah.
And they at the end of the day, they all needed to be smarter.
I agree.
So this definitely focused on the trope of the 2000s where, like, the teens were stupid.
I mean, being stuck in a bus, I would have got the fun. I mean, I get and that's what I like because it kind of adds the mist level of we're stuck in this building and we can't leave.
Yeah,
and I do
should we trust it?
Yes.
Should we try and go?
And then a couple people do and they die. That doesn't really happen as much. Oh yeah, it does happen here. But fucking, I do love that setup for a movie, and I love we're stuck in this confined space, and if we leave, we might be screwed. But in those movies, it's like, why don't you all go out, like try to get weapons or something? Like you can figure it out. Get that you don't have to be stuck in the school bus, especially don't wait till nighttime.
Or if you're gonna sit in the school bus and shit, like at least do some whittling or something.
Yeah.
Like, get your guys' stuff together. Do something. Figure something out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure the one teacher that died right away had the pocket knife on him or something. Like, get it out.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah. And you got all these, and that's the thing, because it's not like the chess club or anything. You don't have all these pussies or anything.
Yeah.
Not the chess club players are pussies.
No, but
you have these jocks, badass football fighters. look at us, football players. These are like badass fucking dudes, jocks. They got testosterone and maybe other shit flowing
and
through their blood.
cheerleaders, they fly through the air and do flips and shit.
Athletic
so
bitches.
like they're athletic.
You have a team of people that should be able to figure their way out of the situation. But that's what I love, and that's why that scene of it culminating to them all sprinting out at once and him just flying and picking off whoever he wants. That is the fucking best scene in the movie, and that's kind of what makes the movie.
Yeah.
And you got other scenes throughout, like people disappearing and shit.
Or like I said, with the exit thing being open.
Yes, that shit was crazy. I just love how this was laid out.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was a lot more slasherish laid out through the entire thing. You can definitely tell that it was meant more to be a slasher piece. That's why I asked you if it was a different production company, which it was.
Yeah.
Because some production companies stick with slashers. Other production companies stick with more like thriller, suspense, action, that kind of thing. Some do ghosts.
Here's the thing, though.
But go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
But here's the thing, and I agree with you, but it's written and directed by the same man. And literally the same dude. He wrote both scripts and directed them by himself. And that I think it's just a guy that had a vision, and he had a vision for something with two separate tones and themes. And I think that's what makes it even cooler. Okay. And I think the production studio's involvement, it does help. And maybe they were like, hey, go this way. But I think it was just like, hey, let's do this at first. And I think it was because the first one, they really try to compare to Scream at first. And like when they did the Scream biography, like for one of the fucking channels a long time ago, they were like, oh, we inspired all these movies. And then it showed Shriek, if you fucking, that one, your
Shriek,
favorite parody.
if you know what I did last Friday, the 13th.
It showed Urban Legend, and it showed Jeepers Creepers. And it's like Jeepers Creepers didn't seem that it seemed like its own thing. It didn't seem that inspired by Scream. But I think that
Jeepers Creepers was absolutely nothing like Scream. If you want to compare it to any horror movie, compare it to I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Exactly.
Like
yes,
a mystery where the kids like find something that they're not supposed to find, and they just leave it alone instead of going down there and whatnot. And the 100%. Guy wears a sickle and shit. There you go.
Yes.
Mash up.
And even then, we've talked about how it's not similar at all. Yeah. And how it's like, even though it's written by the same man, it's kind of a completely different thing. Yeah. You can say that it's inspired because it's like, oh, there's a killer and then there's people being killed. But that's fucking horror movies a lot of the time. Yeah. And that's the slasher genre in particular. And Scream didn't invent
some writers get better, too. Because you got to remember, Kevin Williamson, his first movie was Scream. But, like we've said on this channel, Scream 2 was definitely better.
In our opinion.
A lot of people disagree and agree.
Well, it's the cool guy's opinion to think Scream is. That's like that's your cool kids, and then the generic is Scream 1 is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, but like the OG people are like Scream 2.
Yeah, the fucking the rebel opinion that's actually not. It's one of those that's like it's a controversial, but it's not that because a lot of people actually feel that way. But Scream 2 is a lot of people think it is, and you and me think it's the better movie. But Scream 1, I mean, you know every line. I know you know every line in Scream 2 too. But Scream 1. That is one.
Every line in all four.
Scream 1's pretty fucking iconic, but Scream 2, Jeepers Creepers, it's not the first. These two movies aren't on that level, but they are a fun 1-2 punch, and that's why it's cool. It's directed and written by the same guy because they're two. It's in the same universe with this same horror creature, the Creeper. But it's two totally different flavors and two totally different tones.
It's like he had two different stories to tell.
I will say one had the better actors. 2 just had more of them. But 2 also had some unique, fun performances. And the
kids tried.
And because it's a slasher, it had the better kills.
Yeah.
There was a lot more gruesome shit to go on in this. Whereas the first one was like, oh, I found this fucking crazy shit. Oh, God. It's more than that.
Found a tunnel. Let's go in it.
And
no!
Like the first one is really towards building up to one guy dying at the end. You know what I mean? Like that's like the first one. Whereas this one's
no, he takes out a bunch of cops.
I know, and people do get fucked up in that movie, like I said last week. But I will say that this is one where he fucking, it's kind of a build up
He
to
demolished.
Justin Long going down. And in the second one, it's every single person in that bus is getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Unless you
He's
consider
not
it to be a-
smelling fear no more.
Yes.
There's no more of like, nah, we're good. There's no more of that. There's just, I got one more day to live before I go back into the earth for 23 years. Let's get it. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think that it's funny that we're talking about all the jocks and the cheerleaders and the badasses that should overcome them, and they do kind of help at the end. But it's an old man that comes in and fucks this thing up, and it's like it's one of those things. It's like, Arr! And it's like he's a badass and it's cool. But I like how you got all these young jack people. That it's this old cigar smoking, kind of out of shape ish.
Didn't he have a shotgun? I'm pretty sure he shotgun.
Yeah, he didn't
As
fucking.
He was saying I know he didn't set it off, but he did wave it, saying "Get off my lawn."
Well, he did shoot him, but
he did.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not like he threw fists at him, but he was
Well,
going.
if you look at that thing, it looks like straight metal. I don't think you're gonna want to even trust to throw a punch.
And I love that we span the years later, and then the three kids show up, those three idiot kids, and then he's fucking the creeper's fucking hanging there and shit. It's badass. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And this is one of those movies that I think is a must watch. And what I gave the other one a fucking 8-9, I think.
Yeah.
And I would actually give this a 9. I think it's it's a fun 2000 slashers that still kind of holds up. And if you want to hang out,
I would have to agree with you.
You can hang out with your friends and watch this one, have a fun time.
Absolutely. This is one of those movies where you can put it on in the background and you can either A, be invested in it, or B, be hanging out with your friends. But also what I like about these types of movies, House of Wax is another one. You can go back halfway through the movie and still know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's not complex.
I will say Wax is more boring than this. Though.
Yeah, but it's less complex is what I'm trying to say.
It is less complex. This is one that's like you don't need your thinking cap on.
Exactly. Like you can go back and forth from your friends to that. Like, and you guys can have a friendly conversation while you're watching that movie.
Where would you rank the Creeper? Or first give this a rating.
I already did.
What'd you say?
I said 9.
Okay, we'll go 2 9s. What would you rank the Creeper on the list of like some of the better horror villains? Because he isn't clearly at the top of the top with the Jason Michael films.
And like we've said, he's not technically a monster. He's technically an Aztec demon.
I know, but he's this villain. As far as horror villains, like to me, he's behind Chucky. He's behind. I think he's better than Pinhead. Maybe that's a controversial. I think he's better than Pinhead. To me, I know you're such a Candyman fan.
He is better than Candyman. He's scarier than Candyman.
He might be right on that level of Candyman.
Yeah, they both have psychological ways of fucking with you.
I think he's in the top 10 around the 7-8 position.
Yeah.
It would be the Creeper.
Yeah.
And this is a badass series.
I would definitely put the Creeper higher up than I would like Ben Willis from like I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck the Fisherman. He's way better than the Fisherman. That's a fun movie and a fun slasher. But
yeah, but there's just some characters that you definitely be like, no.
That's a movie that's scary because it kind of plays on people and like mistakes and shit. And like, it's kind of a fun theme to that, to whereas this is like, ooh, creepy guy. He's scary. Like this is one that's like, oh, Freddy looks scary and I'm scared. And just like fucking the creepers look scary and I'm scared. And like he does, and like him on the Scarecrow in the beginning of the movie, like there's certain visuals of him. They really get the good visuals of the Creeper in these first 2 ones, especially the second one. They really show him off great. And I think it's a really fun movie night if you want to sit there, watch the first one, and then go right to the second one. And it's been a lot of fun talking about it these last couple weeks.
Yes, it has. So guys, just so you know, it is on Tubi for free. Go check that out.
Yes, check it out. Watch it. We will be back next week. We'll probably keep the fans posted on what we'll watch.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Also, as you have seen, I've been posting more videos on our own. That's because with everything going on with TikTok and the other apps and everything. We're trying to get ourselves ready to have this be our only app.
Yes. So keep following us on here. We'll keep the content coming, and we'll see everybody for the next Spooky Sunday. Give them a big old hootie hoo, Mindy.
Hey.
And we'll see everybody next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.